First and foremost, guys, I am a Millie Bobby Brown fan ever since Stranger Things. Been following her career. We've reacted to movies like Enola Holmes and Damsel last year. I've been enjoying her movies on Netflix and stuff, so looking forward to The Electric State, that is directed by the Russo brothers, who did, well, the Avengers movies, and 14% is what is rated there by critics on the tomato meter, 76 by the audience. We are here to prove, or to see, if this movie is as bad as some would have you believe. That being said, if you haven't watched one of these from me before, obviously I can't show you the entire movie here on the side, but I'll do my best with my little tips and tricks to let you know where I'm at in the movie so you can follow along with your copy on Netflix. Just put a window up over mine and we'll sync it together. And forever we will watch The Electric State. Now then, I'm hitting the play button now. And don't worry, I'll let you sync the audio and stuff once we get into here. I'll give you timestamps. Don't worry, you'll be able to follow along. Pensive music. With a reported budget of around 350 million, 1990, before the war. There she is. Is that like her brother or something? Doing math? It's not math, James. It's a form of calculus. Whatever. So he's a kid genius. Okay.
3 days.
Audio sync.
Stole his brain.
You know, it's just embarrassing. You can't go to college before me.
No.
But I don't know.
I'm not ready.
Hey. Your brain is the single most annoying thing.
So he's a prodigy. He's going to probably think of some kind of a solution
Pizza and do my laundry.
to the
It
problems to
doesn't matter
come.
if you're down the hall.
So it's a brother-sister story is what I'm getting. Is what they're trying to set up. Yeah.
Then my
That's
particles will
what I
visit
also
your
believe.
particles. In your dorm.
Is that the cartoon that they watch? Kid Cosmos? The Electric State opening credits. Tom Petty. So that comes in at 3 minutes, 23 seconds.
With the visionary and rather handsome
Stanley Tucci?
founder of Center Technology.
Holly Hunter. I didn't know that she was in this too.
our best interest.
Initially developed by Walt Disney.
Robots. Yeah, they touched a little bit on this when the Simpsons episode, right? Treehouse of Terror or whatever, when they go to Krusty Land or whatever, and the robots go crazy. Itchy and Scratchy Land was what it was, right?
But now, they don't want us to. We were...
Okay. So that's where most of the budget's going into, is these huge CG creations. That's meant to be world building for us.
Plug them in.
And
when
that's
they
one of the
don't,
directors right
it's
there.
off to the
I think that's Joe
garbage.
Russo. They put themselves into movies before as well. They were in Endgame. One of them was, I think he was in Endgame in the beginning with Captain America when they're in that group therapy session. So it's
Will be met with charges of
giving us exposition here that the robots are fighting. Oh no, he's got the barbecue. Is that Pratt?
It lost until Ethan Skate stepped in.
Until a billionaire comes in to save everybody.
Called his breakthrough the Neurocaster, a device that linked the human mind.
God, Neuralink, anyone? That's a little on the nose, you would say. Yeah, so this guy's the Musk of this universe. And that's the only time I'm going to use that name, because I don't like using that name. But lots of movies are doing that these days. Mr. Peanut. Kid Rock. They're not going to tell us how they maintain their energy?
Is now changing the way we live our lives.
Are they being... Do they get solar power? How are they being charged up? Cutting into our power grid?
In every corner of the world.
Center network. That's like the Matrix, I would guess. Ankle bracelet. She under house arrest or something?
Going to class?
You need an after-school activity.
To Ted? Why doesn't Ted tell me himself?
Because my frontal cortex is in Vegas with
Audio sounds weird. It sounds like they're talking in a hall of some kind. I'm guessing it has to do with something with the mix, like they mixed it for a 5.1 surround sound or something. So her dad is hooked into virtual reality, and the robot's doing the fathering. So she's a rebel. The pacing about this just feels a little bit weird, like that.
But you go right ahead.
I see you're new here, Michelle, but neurocasters are well, maybe I should have a talk with your mom.
Turn the page.
He's not there, right? Mom's gone. Yeah.
Actually, our car hit a deer.
So she
The sand?
helped the brother through it. The movie is an hour and 55 minutes. We're just across the 11 minutes and 50 seconds. Just getting into the first act, learning the situation, learning who the characters are. The father or the guardian is tied to the synthetic world, virtual world. Flashback. Yeah. She awakes from a bad dream. Okay, so they've told us now once or twice that she's had this traumatic event and it's eaten away at her. They can't keep on beating us over the head with it, otherwise it does feel like redundant information. We got to get on with it now. Really using musical cues to let you know what emotion you're supposed to be feeling. It's a robot. This is going to be a robo-dope, guys. They want us to be scared, but it's actually going to be a robot probably coming for help. Probably that guy there, because he saw a little bit of the yellow, yeah. The robot goes around the side of the bed, grabs something from the shelf.
Now what do you want?
Doesn't have a voice. With robots being so abundant, you would think that most people would have some kind of
Stop moving.
understanding of how they're all sort of made, right? So that's what they're trying to show us here, or how they work.
There's trouble on the moon.
Put that back.
Put it back.
Now the dad's awake.
It's not my fault. Well, it's not my fault either. Get it.
Is that Jason Alexander? I have to take a look at the cast list out here on the IMDb.
Listen, brother. You are looking.
It's been a while since I've seen him in a movie. He was in Jacob's Ladder. That was in the 80s, James. Or 90s. 91? I guess Seinfeld fans would find this fun. Dialogue was a little hokey there.
Oh, God.
Sorry there.
Like cartoony, right? Now we know that Jason Alexander's better than that. I would probably put that on the directors saying that they wanted it delivered in a cartoony type way, because we're dealing with kind of a cartoony type scenario.
Please don't be a psycho.
So you're ditching your father to go with this robot to some place that we don't know, other than the fact that it said that they're supposed to team up. Why do we need to have huge dramatic music for that? Ominous music. Battle for Hull. Flat tire.
Stay here.
I'm just going to leave it like this for a while. Whatever. So no spare. I like that shot.
Not now. But you're alive.
Are they saying her brother, is communicating through this robot to her? Is that what I'm trying to understand here? Battle of Fort Hull, rest area.
We can team up. We can defeat the rock monster.
Are they going to try to say that Center is suppressing robots or something? Our Glass Vikings and Live Chat says, hi James, I think the music is overcompensating and possibly attempting to do the heavy lifting to bolster the story development. It does feel like that, right? Like if you watch a lot of, like, Silence does a great job of allowing us to also interface. And there really hasn't been any silence with the score, the soundtrack. The Doctor with Glasses is now where we got to go. Time is 21 minutes, 40 seconds. 21 minutes, 41 seconds. Yet another flashback. Kiwi Kwan.
Can you hear me? I'm afraid I have bad news.
Michelle. Okay, so the brother's dead now too? So they're going to say that he transferred his consciousness into the robot because they laid that out in his genius that he was suggesting that people's consciousness can transcend our bodies, which I think we can totally do. I think that's our next stage in evolution, that we are going to put our minds into machines. Hopefully we won't become Borgs, but hey, if it happens, it happens. No, yeah. So I think the backbone of the story is going to be that she's going to have to come to terms with the loss of her brother. Cinematography? I'm not, yeah, it can be done where you use soundtrack throughout it all and let that be the driving force of your story. But again, they're just reiterating to us that everybody's hooked into the Center and they don't want to leave it. The Steak Pit. Voted best steak. That everybody's hooked into it, kind of like junkies.
Jesse, the Earth is in danger.
No? The music suggests that it's meant for like kids, like a younger crowd, like, I don't know, 7 to 12-year-olds. But then they use like cursive language, like swearing and stuff, right? Is this the Doors? No. Of course, this is the introduction of Chris Pratt, right? It's playing out like a really long music video as opposed to a movie.
You got it, Keith?
Do me a favor, turn that light off, dipshit.
Keats. That's Coleman Domingo, right?
Wasn't at Walmart, I'll tell you that. I had to go all the way into Tucson, deep.
Okay, everybody's attached to to the center, but I'm still not feeling menace here.
The stones to point that at me.
Oh, yeah, I would. And don't talk about my stones.
And everybody's using these robot avatars. At least there's no soundtrack at this part. Okay.
Oh, I can't believe that shit worked.
Let me do that, James. But if I have it too low, then it looks like it's... Got to figure out a way to get more light back here so that it would stop. So they stowed away in the back of Chris Pratt's vehicle. Tractor. 29 minutes in. So he's like a trader. He hoards all this stuff to make trades and survive.
Died. Son of a... I got no food.
What do you mean you...
Sag nuts?
More lunch for children. Don't come with lunch.
So they're trying to build up the rapport here between Chris Pratt and this robot, that they're like the odd couple. And the robot ruined all of his food. He was just mad, so...
You're gonna watch me starve to death.
So they're going to meet each other. They're going to probably argue with each other and then realize that they have to work together to stop Center. And that'll be the end of Act 1.
I can see him. Turn around. Think about going to the X.
You did, and he did.
Yeah, we were pretty clear about that.
Kid, it's not some spring break hotspot. Only thing you're gonna do in there is die.
Got a question for you guys. We're 34 minutes into this. Do you like any of these characters? Are you rooting for any of them? Like, I'm rooting for her because it's Millie Bobby Brown. Do I root for her to succeed in her mission? Because we don't know exactly what it is yet, other than stopping Center, right?
Ever met anyone named Veronica with a B?
Actually, I have.
Okay, no, it's V.
Okay.
Another robot? Oh.
This facility is now under the jurisdiction of the Robot Deactivation Task Force.
These are the bad guys, or the sentries, the henchmen. Obviously, Stanley Tucci's the bad guy. Isn't that Moff Gideon?
I would as well, and so my mute sister here, Veronica. We can assure you there are receipts for each of.
It is Giancarlo Esposito, right? I saw him last year at a fan expo. Cool guy. Hope she comes to a fan expo. I'd get a picture with her, or get a signature or something.
Pardon me for trying to assist law enforcement. You know, I really got to say, as a tax-paying.
The robots are going to come in to save the day. I'm a bit detached from the characters. There's familiarity, but no substance. Yeah. The clapper. Because you know there's trauma with her about the loss of her mother and brother. It just didn't do a great job of showing us that other than she's rebellious.
Don't hurt him.
Oh, yeah. Talk about Giancarlo Esposito. He was in that series last year, Kaleidoscope, right? That we reacted to here. Really good series. It was on Netflix as well, right?
You better not be dead.
Here we go.
Okay, so this is the inciting incident that ends the Act 1. No, not the inciting incident. This is the critical problem that they're going to be on the run. How's the movie so far, Bifer says? Okay, we are 40 minutes into this? 39 minutes. Coming up to the 40-minute mark. 40 minutes. So the robots come in for the save. Like visual effects wise, it looks okay. Yeah, that'll do it. Should do it. So see the trophies on the wall behind him? That's just meant to convey to us he's an accomplished robot killer. And now they're on the other side of the wall. Yeah, start Act 2. It wouldn't take you 10 years to dig under that wall, though.
You can be brave in the face of danger.
What is that? Visual effects should be damn good if the insane budget is to be believed. Yeah, they said 350 for this movie. So scavenger robots are the menace.
My life under a mountain.
Hey, my brother needed me. I'm not sorry we're here.
I was thinking about Smile 2, how they revealed her trauma in that movie, her car crash incident. It let us know how much she was traumatized by that by showing us a cutaway of her screaming and crying. We didn't know the context of it yet, but we knew the impact of it. We don't know the impact other than that she lost her brother and mother, and okay.
It's good to know someone's eating today.
Here I come to save the day. Oh,
It's a bigger. It's like that robot in Atlas that J-Lo was in. I like that movie, Atlas. Which we also reacted to Atlas here, guys. It's up on the channel. Like visually, that's an visually stunning shot. It's something that you would never think that you would see in a movie. And there's a bigger giant robot.
Let you down.
Well, lucky for you, we won't be sticking around.
Yeah, that's the attitude, huh? What do they say?
Each other?
We tried. Bots had my whole platoon surrounded, broke my leg in two. Instead, he just lifts me up, carries
Chris
me out.
Pratt's delivering his lines like he's performing at a kid, like he's a clown at a kid's party.
Wolverines!
Please, you were sucking your thumb and begging me to save your ass.
And we know he can act because we saw him deliver the goods in Guardians of the Galaxy 3. So his backstory.
I mean, you know, the rest of them. What do you do then?
So, bad guy gets the information that there could be a threat.
Less than a nickel, and on the day-old shelf.
You hush. But not for nothing.
This is a simulation. She's not really there.
My angioletto.
Yeah. Saw this coming. And this is his trauma. Trying to show the bad guy's motivation. He wasn't ready to let go of his parents. Can't say goodbye to loved ones. That's something that we can all relate to. We all have to go through it.
Well, he told me it could wait until I had all the facts.
Is that Raoul Coley? Really? If you don't know who the guy is with the beard, he's one of Michael Flanagan's muses. Haunting of Bly Manor, Fall of House of Usher, Midnight Mass. Good actor.
Broke out.
It was a tiny, unsecured node.
He recruited the brother to do all of this work, and he's put his consciousness into one of the robots.
Trip past our firewalls.
Yeah. Okay.
It appears that.
All right. Now we get more of the picture. And the kid has enough information, knowledge to keep on center up and running, and it's falling apart now. So we're upping the stakes of finding the robot. Maybe the air is thin on their world. It seems the script is immature rather than the target audience. Yeah, exactly, Artglass. Exactly. Only Bobby Brown mentioned Chris always improvises and straying off script, though. Okay.
You know me?
This is the construct, if you will, a loading program that we use to get into the Matrix.
Her mechanical companion.
Task force calls, I answer.
Walking on water. Like Jesus.
It's a nice spot.
Is that a mermaid?
Not allowed to go into the X unless there's evidence.
So it's not
that
the
treaty
Matrix,
has been
it's
broken.
the X.
So you asking me to get...
Yeah. Team up. 50 minutes in. 50, just coming up to the 51-minute mark. Meat Puppets, the band.
seems to be in pretty good shape. Guess the scabs haven't found it yet.
Sears. It's an old mall. Hey, easy now. It's almost lunchtime here. Oh, there's a robot. You've been spotted. Okay, that looked like a practical stunt.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Perplexo.
Spirits of another world, hear me.
Guys, that was supposed to be funny if you didn't know. I'm sorry. It's just they're not doing a good job of setting up the comedy, right?
I'm gonna fake a seizure. You get to the room.
It does make me a little bit curious, though, to look at some of the behind the scenes stuff to see how much it was practical. Like, a lot of this could be practical. And the way they would do it is just, it would be animatronic, and you could have people in green screen suits behind moving them. Robot Sanctuary.
Ladies and gentlemen. By the awe-inspiring title of
Mr. Peanut.
But, well, it's bolted on. We took you down because we thought you were scabs.
Who's the voice of Mr. Peanut? Almost sounds like Woody Harrelson, but he'd be really doing something different with his voice, which he can't do. He's that talented of an actor. Like if he saw Kingpin, he changed his voice for that. Maybe there's a outtake reel, blooper reel in the end credits that usually shows us practical accuracy. Maybe.
Ralphie!
At Blue Sky Acres, robots can evolve past the job descriptions humans stuck on them.
Robots finding their true selves.
Best I can do is escort you 10 miles into the desert and
And beans it is.
What kind of beans?
Because he's a mathematical genius.
there was a doctor here.
Here we go.
What did you say?
Dr. Clark Amherst.
Yeah.
All of this, it's fragile, man. And there was no way I was gonna let that.
So they're jaded. And unfortunately, the majority of us are lazy. I know. No. But selfish is also accurate. So he ate the Twinkie, but not the beans? The beans would have the protein.
Square miles out there. Chances of finding them are pretty slim.
Chances of finding him in here are zero.
Chances Go to Orange Julius. It's a mall. Steal some shit.
So they're laying up at the hour mark, right? An hour and 35 seconds. So we got about 55 minutes left. Some reflection again.
Where have you been?
And the mother's there.
Lisa Stewart had a party.
But he never listens to my ideas, and I get back to my dorm, and my roommate calls me.
I don't know if younger generations would know that Doogie Howser reference. He was Neil Patrick Harris played a teenage doctor back in the 90s, like 12-year-old doctor called Doogie Howser. Oh.
He would visit him all the time.
How dare you? Jesse has a jetpack.
Yeah, see? There. That's something that we needed a little bit earlier in the film to set us up for the arc. To get us to sympathize with her faster. And it has to feel like this is a mission of desperation for her. And we're getting it at the hour mark. That was the cartoon that was on. And if they'd done that before, now when the robot plays that cartoon for her, now it would play differently, right? It would have more weight. Chris Pratt is almost a tribute to Point Break's
I'm not even supposed to be here.
midpoint problem. This will start at the second half of Act 2. And will lead to a catastrophe that will kick off Act 3.
That's terrible. We can get you there.
Yeah, this is definitely the midpoint.
Territory. You know we're gonna need muscle.
After all.
Thank you.
Well, I was talking to her. Now, if we're heading into Scav country.
One more person joins the crew. What? Tighten your guts and loosen your nuts? What?
In the middle of combat, I feel as though that might be a liability.
Here comes the bad guy. Yeah, these are all ground robots. There are no drones. Like, drones are things that we have now. Okay, they're being dropped off here.
Lay it down right here.
They're saving the drones for the sequel, maybe.
Could be him.
So these are the robots that hunt out other robots to get their parts and make themselves stronger? Scav or whatever they're called?
No! Hang on to your mail. Thank you so much. I appreciate the teamwork.
Again, this music doesn't really fit the tone of what they want. And this music definitely doesn't fit the tone of what they want. I'm laughing at the ridiculousness of it, not at the...
This song.
And because it is Marky Mark and I don't want to get a copyright notification, we will keep it muted. You kind of get the impression that they want this to be on the same kind of vibe as what Labyrinth was, right? Labyrinth? That they go on this journey to get out of this place. And like Labyrinth, the sister's gone in to get the brother. There's Kiwi Kwan.
Where is my brother?
I can't.
That was a bad cut. There was a bad edit there because you could see that Chris Pratt's mouth was still talking in the background, even though he delivered that one line. 110.
Machine alerted us to Christopher. He was special.
So now we get the exposition of what happened to him. But we already know this, that they took him because of his smarts.
You held my hand, and you lied to me.
Kiwi Kwan shorter than Millie Bobby Brown? They hooked him into the machine. What do you...
PC.
But we don't need this information. We know this already as the audience. All this does is sort of slow down the momentum of the movie.
Scavengers. My voice module had been torn out.
Yeah. Yes, labyrinth storyline with singularity like RoboCop 2 and Lawnmower Man. Yeah.
Do what we did. Christopher would have died in that hospital. We saved his life.
That's
okay. See? Now that's the backbone of the story, again, that she's got to let go of her brother. And if it ends with her actually going there and unplugging him, saying goodbye, then the story would hit. But you get the impression that they're going to build up the story that there's going to be a way to save him. Yeah.
Skate threatened to kill me. There was no way I could get Chris out of center. So before I ran,
Into that robot.
Everybody relax.
Oh.
Hmm. Please don't give us a background into the... We know that he's the hunter. We already got all that stuff.
Not anymore.
Your people ain't people.
Ooh. Good shot, Peanut.
Quiet.
What?
Yeah?
There it is.
So there are drones.
really take orders anymore.
Failure to comply.
Well done.
Play ball!
It's just a paint gun, jeez. Yeah, even though that these robots are here, I'm not feeling menace by them. Like, you know they're going to get away somehow, or they're, right? Or even if they do get captured, it's supposed to happen for the sake of the plot.
It's for Dobermans.
Dobermans?
And Peanut's going to get his comeuppance.
Back and tell the ones who are left, this is your fault.
You're going to sacrifice himself? I think so. See, this would, if his sacrifice here would be a bigger impact if he was the Chris Pratt character and we didn't have Chris Pratt in this at all. Because there's no reason why we couldn't have had his character in here sooner.
Good. I had him handled.
You know what I mean? Like, maybe Chris Pratt's character could have just helped them at one point and then that's it. Like, this doesn't have a whole lot of, oh no, he's dead.
Hold it right there. Go home, Miss Green.
What line did that serve? Where are they going? Obviously back to base. No, they're going to go in the middle of the desert and wait until their battery power runs out. What do you think they're doing? That goes to the script, is what I'm talking about. Because we know that information already as the audience. And it plays it plays cartoony. Again, they're swearing, people are dying, robots should have this menace to them, but it's not because it's playing out cartoony. And I'm going to fault the directors for that. This is the crisis point of Act 2, guys. So this is going to kick off Act 3 that he's been taken. Seattle. Space Needle. So they need his brain to make Center work. The good guys have to regroup. You ever watch that movie Stranger Than Fiction, where this author writes this character into her story, where the character can hear the author narrating his life? It has Will Ferrell, and in the story, he's supposed to die at the end to make the story good. And his impact of his death would elevate the story to the point where people will talk about it because it has an impact. Yet if the character lives, then the story is just plain, it's normal, it's just a movie, it's a novel that's there. Nobody will talk about it because nothing really significant happens in it. In this story, the electric state, if the brother dies, and the big payoff is that she's got to pull the plug on him and accept his death, that is a big plot point that people would talk about. But the way I get the feeling that this is going to unfold, she's going to save him, it's a happy ending, and it's just a movie. It's just a story.
You won. Your impeccable kill record, that wasn't you. That was me and this boy.
Are they going to kill him? Well, if anybody could deliver that line, it was Stanley Tucci.
My mother was a 3-bottle-a-day drunk. When she tied one on, she was... So he didn't actually like his mother. You wanted something that was not there. Something was fake. Son. Holy Ghost.
Yeah. All right, where are we at? An hour and 25 minutes, so there's 35, 45, 30 minutes left. Yeah, that's Act 3. Regroup. No, they cut his hair.
Guilt tripped me into... I hate it.
It's supposed to be funny, guys.
And I lost him twice.
So go for 3. pretty sure we're not the only ones.
See? Now that's funny. They didn't need those other lines. If they played it without him talking about his hair and did it like that, that worked. I don't know what the heck this is, but if we get a musical number in here. Those notes sounded vaguely familiar.
Yes, I do.
What about?
Is it every rose has a is thorn? Ugh. Yes.
Center's network runs through your brother's brain.
And that's a great idea. That's a good story. If she has to pull the plug on her brother. Yeah, we know this already. Yes, we know that you are. Oh, God. Don't stop believing. See, the song is playing and it's supposed to be, but it's kind of like, what a journey. Yeah, no, that's funny. Okay. So, oh, going really heavy with the needle drops. Breaking the law. Breaking the law. Hey, James, how was Novocaine movie yesterday? Well, the shorts review is up on the channel, Chris, as well as the full-length review of Novocaine. I liked it. But after the movie here, which is almost done, we'll take a look online to see if we can get some box office numbers and see if how well Novocaine did. Like, the music is not complementing the action. Okay, that was cool.
But I'm still bigger than you.
Oh my. Now that's a little cliche. He's got it out for Mr. Peanut. Where are we at? Hour and 35 minutes. So 20 minutes left.
Jack, kill! Human! You all my...
Okay, that was a little bit funny.
Yes.
Well, obviously he's alive because it's still going on. You have to put on one of those things, which she doesn't like to do. And she got an Iron Man suit in there. Feels like he does.
Savages.
No.
The United States Postal Service, I have access to this property!
Uh-oh, Taco. Your number's up. But you kind of see what I'm talking about here, right? It doesn't, within this fight here, it doesn't seem like there's a lot of stakes.
Still fighting? How come?
Freedom's worth any cost.
So he's turned. It's going to help them out. He had the most, he had an interesting arc, right? Coming to the realization that it's better just to unplug from it all.
Wait. Not yet.
Yeah.
Took me back to the lab. I saw the real me for the first time, and you must have too.
So, I know. Unplug me.
Center can keep me alive like this for 100 years.
I want to go home. I want to see Mom. Say that. And have the brass to do it. Movie. I need you to do it, movie. Come on, give me a reason to tell people that there's a good story in this movie that almost looks like Chappie Robot from yeah, the design of the head is very Chappie-like, or at least the top part of it, without the antennas.
Howdy do,
Mr.
Ethan. Look, I don't know,
And there could be a way to play this like uh, Apocalypse Now, like have the Stanley Tucci character be like Kurtz, right? And have a robot come in and brutally take him out. Like there's the ingredients are here.
How the hell?
So that's it.
A choice. Everybody told me to move on, but I couldn't.
Hmm.
Michelle, we are running out of time.
Hmm. Yeah, see, her eyes should be like that through this entire scene.
Michelle, can you hear me?
Millie Bobby Brown's capable of pulling scenes off like this too. Damage report. Yeah. Yeah, the movie's just well, it's just under 2 hours. It's like an hour and 55 minutes.
Can you believe it? We won.
What? What's he talking about? What do you mean all those guys are married? So he's even a smaller version? Ha! 8-inch model.
Out here. Would you mind repeating some of it?
I said we won.
So 150 guys. 5 minutes left. The denouement. A 5-minute denouement. Wow.
Exclusion zone. Ethan's skate is a...
And that's what's sort of happening in reality right now, guys. What people want to have happen to that guy.
The world's different now. I just wanted to tell you why.
Wonderwall. Oh, please.
because we're starting over. We're going to do it right this time.
It's almost on the same vibe as, say, Sucker Punch, right, from Snyder, where you saw a bunch of cool sort of things, like visual things happening, but it doesn't have a whole lot of weight to it. Wait a minute. The robot was looking at that. Is that it? That's it? That was before 155. Okay, so no, that's it. Hold on here. Seeing if there's a post-credit scene. Mid-credit scene. No. Doesn't look like it. All right. The Electric State. Let's go back to the tomato meter. Let's go over to the tomato score here and take a look again. 14% by critics. It's not a 1.5 film because you guys know my score sheet here. Cinematography and score, I give, like, the cinematography I would actually give a full point to, so that's 1 point there. The score, actually, I think the score was the biggest detriment to this film. The score was there. It was serviceable. No, it wasn't even serviceable. I would actually take away a point from the score there. So we're sitting at 1. Acting wise, it was hammy. It was over the top. I would give, that would be hard for as well. I have to think about this as a formal review, but it's better than a 1.4. It's lingering for me, ballpark 5.5. Because there's an interesting idea in there. It's just not executed all that well. 76% by fans. And I'm guessing that's Chris Pratt fans, that's Millie Bobby Brown fans. This is a movie that would play well if you were to be on your phone most of the time. Just having it in the background, right? Because there are points in this where you could just totally turn off your attention to it and you probably wouldn't miss that much. And a lot of it is in the first act that took, like, they don't get to the robot land until an hour in the film, right? So let's see what people are saying. The one good thing about content, however, you'll instantly forget everything about this, other than the fact that 2 hours of your life are gone forever. Let's see if we can find somebody who actually did like it. Electric State looks good, but it's not as grand, as big as a film as Avengers Endgame. Yeah, because they know it's from the Russos. Russos have managed to create visually beautiful scenes, but without the depth of the script. Yeah, we called that out during watching it. Our Glass Vikings called that correctly about the script being childish. These are reduced to beautiful wallpapers. Yeah. Richard Roper. The Electric State wants us to believe it has something important to say about technology taking over the world and its pitfalls and prejudice, but it's a giant serving of empty calories. Well, they are. There is that message in there that technology is bad. Maybe we shouldn't hook our brains up to computers and stuff like that, or minimize what robots do. Somebody here who liked it. I thought this was a great movie. It was fun and light with great actors, some good action, and I loved Herm, A+. Really? You liked Herm, huh? What was there to like about Herm? Did you really know Herm all that well? It wasn't like Vincent from Black Hole, right? Or R2-D2, who doesn't even talk. He wasn't like that. Visuals, yes. What did you guys think about this movie? Let me know in the comments below. When this goes up on YouTube, we'll be doing some edits. We'll put in some timestamps for you guys to help sync in it. But as far as her movies go on Netflix, whoops, I would probably have to say that Damsel is way better than this. Go watch our Damsel reaction, because we had much more fun with that. And I even had more fun with the Enola Holmes. The 2-hour runtime in this was a huge detriment. Huge. And we've seen that you can tell, you probably could have told this story in an hour and a half. It just needed better execution. And that's on the directors. Okay, so I wanted to confirm the voice of Peanut. Who was the voice of Peanut? It was Woody Harrelson. Okay. Anne Russo was Mom. Any other names jump out here? Alan Tudyk was Cosmo. Who was Herm? Who was Herm? Why are you not telling me who was Herm? All right, guys. Or was I'm not thinking that. No. Who was the voice of Herm? Guys, come on. It should be in the top here, right? Am I not reading this right? Herman, right there. Anthony Mackie. Oh, that was Anthony Mackie. Really? Huh. Let's go back. Let's listen to that in part here again. Does this sound like Anthony Mackie?
By the way, I didn't catch everything you were saying out here.
Okay,
would you mind repeating some of it?
So they did have a voice modulation on it. Yeah, it would have played so much better if, like, we knew that this was the backbone of the story. And it would have been better revealed, like, as I said, if they learned how to execute emotion better, Russo brothers. Because I was thinking about Smile 2, and I'll just go back to that quickly here. How they revealed her past trauma in that, where she was the one that caused the car crash that killed her lover, her partner. But at first we just saw a flash of her and her ripping her hair out because she's obviously under duress. And then we slowly get to learn more. We see that the next flashback is her screaming in the car, and we see that her partner's dead next to her, right? And we see that screaming, and then it keeps on adding more and more information as we go through the flashbacks. The flashbacks in this were all the same kind of thing, telling us exactly what happened from the first one. So it's kind of like a lot of it became redundant and unnecessary. And that just goes to execution. All right. Yeah, I'm probably not gonna like, I would watch Damsel again, and I definitely watched Atlas again, but this is $320 million. Let's see if we can substantiate the Electric State budget, because this is a monstrosity if this is true. Netflix's most expensive movie is Dumb Unfunny. What was the budget? 320. This has got to stop too. This I don't understand, because I would ask this of Netflix. Would you rather have one Electric State movie for $320, or would you rather have 15 $15 million films, like Godzilla -1 films? 15 of Godzilla -1 or one of these? What would you rather have, Netflix? I think I would rather take the chances and roll the dice on $15 million films to try to get maybe that Godzilla 1 picture that makes you go, ooh, oh, you got to check that out, right? Like, I don't understand the business sense here. I do not. And I'm guessing it was because, it's the Russos. They made Endgame. That made $1 billion, so they should be able to make $1 billion film. Well, the case against the Russo brothers is that they cannot direct outside of the MCU, because this is not good. What's the other one? The Ryan Gosling one. Gray Man. And one of the reasons why I stopped watching The Gray Man was because of that opening scene that was just so stupid and ridiculous. Again, 2 hours again. These films cannot be 2 hours, guys. If you want to be successful, you can't have them 2 hours. You got to make them down to an hour and a half. That's the mandate. At least Gray Man was received better from the audience, but still the critics were harsh on it. I'm just befuddled by this. And I don't understand how people then turn around and, like, other pundits will tell you that this is good for the movie industry. I don't get it. There are other pundits out there, Roga, Harloff, that tell you, oh no, it's great that Apple TV Plus spends $250 million on Killers of the Flower Moon, even though it only makes $100 million, because the back end is that people will subscribe to Apple. No, they won't. They won't, guys. I don't understand that argument. How they justify it. It's not. It's nonsense. It's ridiculous. It's perplexing, and I think it's a detriment to the movie industry that they continue to do stuff like this. Because, as I said, would you rather have one of these or 15 possible chances at turning out a Godzilla -1? And I would rather have those 15 chances than one of these. All right. That's it for me, guys. Tell me what you thought. We are going to go on and take a look for some movie news headlines here. But as far as the Electric State review, that's it. If you like this kind of stuff, come join us here on the channel, because we do movie reviews for Novocaine, Black Bag, Mickey 17, and we do full series reactions for things like Survivor Season 48 and Reacher Season 6, Season 3. It's coming down to its finale here, the last 2 episodes. We do full movie reactions for Electric State and The Gorge that's out there. And occasionally we do some movie news here and there. And we do these live. So come join us in the live chat when you get the chance. Artglass says 15 movies at 15 million might be excruciating to wade through for 2 hours. Well, again, you don't have to make these 2-hour films. I don't see why you can't make it out. Like Black Bag just showed that you can make a quick, tight thriller, like for an hour and 30 minutes. You can do it. Get Steven Soderbergh to do something like this. God's sakes. All right. Thumbs up. See you next time, right here on Mirror Domains. The thing is,